Tomorrow marks the beginning of the strikes in France. That's right, the taxi drivers are going to be kicking things off. They're going on strike, potentially blocking train stations, airports, oil refineries and other important locations. And the reason why is, of course, the Prime Minister of France wants the country of France, the whole nation, he said, to work more, and then proposed deleting 2 national holidays. Well, in this video, I have got not 1, but 2 absolute bombshells for you. Now, to give context, the Prime Minister is also the mayor of a town in the south of France called Pau, and he has been so since 2014. When he became Prime Minister of France, he never gave up this job. What a hard-working guy. Now, he's not too happy, and this is because of the first bombshell. An article has come out detailing the fact that he's about to have a €40,000 renovation in his office in this town, the mayor's office. Okay, of course it's the mayor's office, it's a public building, so they're using public funds. I prepared a statement. It's a translation of various articles that I've managed to find across the internet, which quotes the Prime Minister himself, and I've done my best to translate it to give you an accurate idea of the story. And then I'm going to show you the photos of his office, alright, before it's renovated, and I'll let you be the judge. Quote, "All of this is completely crazy. At City Hall, we redid all the offices, all the meeting rooms, the wedding hall, etc. The only office that wasn't redone, because I wanted others to have priority, is the mayor's. An office that is over 30 years old and falling apart," declared the Prime Minister, calling this controversy, quote, "insulting." According to figures provided by Pau City Hall, Town Hall, whatever you want to call it, the €40,000 corresponds to, quote, "the final phase of very significant works that began in 2017. So the renovations of City Hall have been going on for 8 years or so now. The City Hall is a 19th century neoclassical building. I will show you photos of it, don't worry, before and after renovation. Listed now as a historic monument since 2017, and it underwent requalification of the facades, so work on the outside, and modernisation of the reception area and several services. The Mayor's office works, which have not started, involve, quote, "minor refurbishment," the City Hall specified. So that's coming from the City Hall itself, not from the Prime Minister's mouth. Stressing that their cost represents only 0.88 of the total project. Oh, it's barely anything at all. Which amounted to €4.61 million. Okay, so since 2017 they have spent 4.61, or they would have spent once the works were all finished, €4.61 million on this building to refurb it. Quote, this is a quote from the Prime Minister, "This controversy is insulting," he reiterated, referring to a considerable project. Once again, let me quote the Prime Minister. "There are major electrical problems. The floor has been covered with laminate. Everything needs to be redone. When people have tried everything to bring someone down, they resort to trivial and shameful things," he said. Let that sink in. And by the way, I'm noticing that City Hall called the renovation of the office a minor refurbishment. €40,000 minor refurbishment. And the Prime Minister seems to be highlighting the current state of this office, and by the sounds of it, it's gone to disrepair. You know, it's 30 years old, electrical problems, the floor's been covered with laminate, for crying out loud, not the laminate. So let's have a look at photos of this office as it is now. Actually, tell a lie, the first two photos are probably 7 to 8 years old. It's hard to pinpoint a date. The best, clearest photo of the office is 15 years old. It was taken in 2010. I am sorry. I tried to get recent photos, but I couldn't find them. This is how it looks, at least, to give you an idea of the room, okay? Here we go. He's got a chandelier in his office. A chandelier. A crystal chandelier. I'm seeing a marble fireplace. I'm seeing a mirror that's so big it doesn't fit into the picture. That's what I'm seeing. Okay. At first glance, one could think, I can't even speak, I'm so shocked. One could think that this is quite a nice office. But remember, it's falling into disrepair, so please remember that. Another photo here gives you an idea of the beautiful artwork on the wall, by the way. Absolutely drop dead gorgeous. Yeah, Prime Minister looks quite comfortable there. But remember, this is a few years back. But here is a photo where you get the best idea of what the office looks like. Now remember, this photo is from 2010. I'm going to say it, right? This is 15 years old. I can understand that laminate flooring would need changing. Maybe wallpaper, would need changing. And hey, if you say the electric needs changing, let's change the electrics, alright? And some new furniture as well, alright? There's no way you're going to get rid of the chandelier and the artwork and the beautiful antique mirror, because that was there since before you were mayor, so I'm sure you won't do that. Oh, and by the way, this office comes with a view. That's right, overlooking the town centre, the beautiful square, beautiful French buildings, and in the distance, of course, we can spot the Pyrenees mountains. How lovely of a view. Glorious, truly glorious. Now remember, the renovation budget for just this room is €40,000. Okay, electrics. I'm paying for a renovation myself, and my whole house for the renovation for the electrics is going to be nowhere near 40 grand, of course. The whole renovation probably won't be 40 grand, to be honest. But I know roughly how much electrics should cost. So let's say, let's throw out some ludicrous numbers here to try and make sense of this 40 grand budget. 5 grand for the electrics, which is extremely high. 5 grand for a new floor. Rip up the old one. Laminate, by the way, is very easy. You just pull it up. Yeah, 5 grand for a new floor for this room. 5 grand for new wallpaper. And 5 grand for new furniture. I think that's fair. What do you need? A desk, chair, some new shelves? We're still only at 20 grand. So, but hey. These politicians, they've been doing this for years. So they know, what goes into budgets and stuff. So commoners like myself, how could we even fathom, having to handle such huge, vast amounts of money? So, hey, what do I know? I'll let you make your own mind up about the €40,000 renovation budget for his office. And when you say, France should work more and all that stuff, I'm trying to help the Prime Minister here, right? With a little bit of advice. Maybe reduce the 40 grand budget to renovate your office as mayor. I don't know. Take one for the team. I think it's called compromise. Do you know that word? Compromise. But what do I know? Again, what do I know? So anyway, that's bombshell number 1. Before we get into bombshell number 2, I didn't show you the City Hall itself, did I? This beautiful building that they've spent €4.1 million on. So let me just quickly show you that. There we go. On the left is how it looks as of 2022, I think. And I found a Google Images image of how it looks in 2015. And you can see they've done a beautiful refurbishment. I'm not going to lie, it looks absolutely stunning. Now the thing is, before the renovation, or refurbishment, whatever you want to call it, it didn't look too bad. It's in my humble opinion. What do I know? I'm no architect. But yeah, I will admit, it looks it looks beautiful. It looks money. Here it is from another angle, by the way. At the top, how it looks now, and at the bottom, how it looks before the refurbishment, and they went all the way down the side as well, and you can see in the middle photo they covered the whole thing in scaffolding, and that is not cheap. So you can kind of see where the €4.61 million have gone. Now, was this necessary? Before you make your mind up, I want to drop the second bombshell. Brace yourself. Remember, the mayor / prime minister has just come out and said the whole nation has to work more, and he has proposed that we delete 2 national holidays that the workers of France have to work on and not be paid for. Okay, their wages are not going to go up to compensate. Well, before you decide if this €4.61 million refurbishment was justified, I managed to find the town debt numbers. So when the Prime Minister became mayor of this town back in 2014, the town was already in debt up to €60 million, no less. That's a huge amount of money. Well, now, as of 2025, in 11 years, that debt stands at €108 million. Other news sources are saying it's around 110, but I went with the lowest figure I could find. €108 million, almost double. And yet, they still managed to find the money for a €4.61 million refurbishment of City Hall. Hey, it looks nice at least, Looks nice. So there you go. Prime Minister saying you got to work more, we got to tackle this debt, whilst the debt of the town in which he is mayor has almost doubled since he became mayor. I hope I have enlightened you and I hope the mayor gets a cracking office, because 40 grand is a huge amount of money for an office. I'm not saying it's too much. I'm just saying it better be nice.